How to make a single Kydex mag holster. Okay, so first you're going to want to find a magazine. This is for the Springfield Hellcat specifically, but you can really pick any mag. And then you're going to want to take some masking tape. Doesn't really matter the color. I happen to use blue on this one, and wrap a layer around it. That's just going to give us gives you a layer of tolerance, keeps it from getting scratched up. Just helps protect the mag in general as we do this. You probably could skip that step if you'd like. And then you're going to take a piece of Kydex about yay big, enough that we can fold it around it completely, and to cut that. To be honest with you, to cut it, I've started using tin snips. Okay, this is where you get to the point where you need to make some decisions on how you want this to be formed up. So first off, it will really be either an inside of the waistband or outside the waistband holster, because you can just flip your magazine around depending on how you're wearing it. I'm going to intend this as its primary function as an outside the waistband holster. So I'm going to want the clip on this side. So when it's on my left side, it'll be facing like this. So when I pull out the magazine, it just goes in the gun without having to rotate it. These Chicago style screws, either behind or in front, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to choose to put it behind, so I'll wrap it around and kind of put it right here. The next thing you get to choose is how deep you want it to be, and kind of the angle. Now you can drill your holes at different angles to help give you a little bit of an angle if you want, but also you can adjust the angle, kind of give you a preset angle right here. And so I'm going to go ahead and tape that guy on right there. Okay, so I got this taped on right here, and then when we fold this around, what's going to happen is it's going to pinch really close in the back, and so in order to be able to adjust that tension and bring it closer after everything's done, I'm going to take this little piece and kind of hold it in the back as I wrap it over. And then before we put this in the oven, I am going to want to get my clamps open and ready to roll, so I can put it in the press and clamp it down relatively quickly. So in the oven, usually about 1 second per 1,000 thick, so it's going to be, for that part, about 80 seconds. If you want a little bit more time to work with it, you can leave it in for a little bit longer. I do like to wear gloves. I like thin gloves because then it allows me to work with the Kydex. These gloves aren't super great because you will get burnt if you hold it for too long. So maybe something a little bit thicker than this, but not quite as thick and bulky as something like this. Okay, so here's the Kydex sheet. I did leave it in a little bit long, so you see the edges started to curl up, but it'll still be fine. So I'm going to put this back here, put that there, and then I am going to pull decently tight on this. And this is where it gets really hot. So I'm going to pull on that, push it down there, and then pull all on that. So I'm trying to push that mag forward as much as possible into the Kydex. Set this on there without letting go too much, and then grab a clamp and clamp right above that. I usually like to wait 10 because you do not want it to be loose at all. Okay, so that is what it looks like when it's done. So I probably could have folded it over, but this will still give me enough room for the Chicago style screws. Try to do better than I did and make it more even, but yeah, it's good enough. When you grab another mag, it should go in relatively snug already. So kind of loose, and then if I just pinch back here a little bit, it holds pretty good. Okay, if this didn't turn out how you like, you can take this, stick it back in the oven for the same amount of time, and it will kind of separate and open up. You can check on it after it gets a little bit soft and make sure it opens up properly, and then retry again and again and again. Honestly, the first magazine holster that I did, it probably took me 6 or 7 reheats to get it to turn out how I wanted it to. Okay, so the next step is going to be to cut it out and drill it. So to cut it, I'm going to use a Dremel with a cutting wheel. I just like to mark where I'm going to cut it approximately, and you can always take off more, but you can never take off less. And then on this side, I'm honestly just going to cut down this this side, and then something like that. Also, I went a little high on this side, so I'll probably trim a little bit off the top as well. Okay, so now that's cut out. Magazine goes in like that. Now I'm going to take a sanding disc and sand all the edges off. Okay, so now it's time to drill the Chicago style screws. So one for this one and then, well, 2 for that. And then I could put 2 here. This one might be a little tricky and not at an angle, so I'm actually only going to put 1 here. Sometimes I like to do a little slit on one side, just so that way it allows me to adjust the angle. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's all done. To get this washer big enough, I ended up actually using some tube rather than the washers that came with this Chicago style screw, so just some fuel line. And then I have some in there as well. So that's kind of what it looks like all the way around. It's pretty good. I could polish the edges, but I think it's honestly good enough. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This goes on there. Hold on super good. When you run out, slide locks back. Just grab this. Good to go. Okay guys, if you have any thoughts, comments, or concerns on the DIY Kydex mag holster, please put it in the comment section below. If you'd like to see any other style of holster, also put that in the comment section below, because I can go ahead and make that as well for you. Okay, as always, see you guys next time.